And today, there can't be a better person than Raj Yogini, Dr. Sunita Devi, one of the eloquent speaker from Brahma Puranis. We're very fortunate to get to hear her from fear to faith. Well, with my honor now, please join me in putting your hands together as I go to welcome Dr. Sunita Devi to address all of us. And
Thank you.
thank you, Brahma Kumari Rajyogini, Dr. Sunita Didi. Thank you for accepting our invitation, and thank you for enlightening all the lines which you have agreed. All the very best. Thank you so very much.
Thank
And the
you.
floor is
very much.
yours.
Thank you so much, brother, for all your cordial invitation for today's topic. And it is very interesting and the need of the hour today. And that is that we shift from fear to faith. Yes, today this corona has so much of power in it that it has shifted us from faith to fear, and everyone today around, whoever we see, is all fearful that tomorrow I hope I do not get corona. And that fear is actually feeding that corona, and it is making it powerful, and therefore we are seeing so many positive cases rising. So in order to overcome that, the best solution is that we shift from fear to faith. Let us understand this. One lady just few days ago was sharing her experience with me, and she was telling me that when as a child she had a dream that she wanted to grow up as an artist because she enjoyed drawing. While other children were going out on the playground, she would like to sit with all her colorful pencils and papers and everything and do some good sketches. But then there were some others, like critics who are always there around. So she said that there were a few adults who used to tell me that drawing is a good hobby. It's a nice thing, but then don't make it your realistic future, because if you make it as your professional career, then you will be again, like a starving artist. And as a child, in anything that is told by the adults and someone who are very close to you, the children, they start repeating them, parroting them out, and they start internalizing those things what the adults are saying and believing them. And this is what happened to her also, that she was about to believe it to such a depth that she said that it would have entered into everything that I do, whether whatever knowledge I take or whatever abilities that I show, everywhere it would have been these thoughts of self-doubt that whether these will be useful to me or not, whether I should go ahead with this or not. But then she told me that there was a fateful moment in her life, and she stepped back and she said that I had a thought that instead of creating these self-doubts in me, I should actually create the thoughts of self-confidence in me. And so then after that time, she used to always tell herself that instead of creating a self-talk that I can never become a good artist, I used to always replace that thought with telling myself that how can I become a better artist? And this made her step from that fear to faith. And this is what happens. When there is fear inside us, the fear grabs us. And that fear, the thoughts of fear, which are actually, it is said fear, F-E-A-R, false evidence that appear to be real. Because they are just in thoughts about the future which has not yet happened. Or they are based on the past which has already passed away. We are in the present We need to focus on the now. Now we are having the opportunity to improve ourselves. So instead of being fearful, we need to look inside. Because when we are looking outside with these eyes in the outer world, everywhere around, we are finding all those negative situations around that can cause fearful thoughts, that can cause thoughts of self doubt. There's everything that can create negativity in us. And then when we fall victim to all this, say for example, those who are already victim to corona, they again have their more and more negative thoughts, and because of which, instead of coming out of that, they fall into prey to that and they lose their life. So what is required? That in this moment now in this moment, wherever we are, whether you are away from corona, whether you are a victim of corona, whether you are facing any type of challenge in your life, whatever it may be, whether you are in a good job, in a good business, or whether you are out of the job, whether there is loss in your business, whether you are having a good health presently, or whether you are a victim of any serious illness, whatever may be the situation, now is the moment that I take a step back and look within, inside me, rather than looking outside. Because outside is a circle of situations, conditions, which is not in my control. But when I take a step back and look within me, I find that there is a circle of inner consciousness inside me, which is very, very positive, which is my original identity, which is my real identity. The thoughts of fear are not my real identity. But inside, in my inner consciousness, the thoughts, that belief of my inner strengths, the capabilities that I have, they are the reality. They are my assets. They are my inner strengths, my capabilities, which will make me shine like a star in the darkest of the night. Because it's only the darkest of the night that produces the brightest star. So it is this inside, when we step inside and look inside in our inner consciousness, and we focus on our inner strengths and have that faith in our inner strengths and work upon them, act upon them, then they grow. Because whatever we feed, that becomes powerful. So if we are feeding on the thoughts of fear, they will become powerful. And when these thoughts become powerful, the thoughts of fear, then what is going to happen? Then of course, nobody can do anything for me. But yes, I can do something for me. And that is to be my original identity, to be who I am, to focus on this inner consciousness which is inside me. Because when that light inside me of faith ignites, nobody can dim it. There is no power outside which can dim that light of inner faith that I have ignited. I need to only focus on that inner light of faith inside me. And once I do that, then I can create miracles. So this is what I need to do, to rely what is inside me and not to focus on that which is imaginary. That does not exist at all. I recall one story on this. There were two very, very naughty boys. And those naughty boys, they thought of a plan in a school. They were staying in the hostel of the school and they thought, let us do one plan. And according to their plan, what they did was, there were 3 goats there, and they put the label on each goat, A, B and D. One labeled as A, the other labeled as B, and the third labeled as D. And they left them in the farm outside the school. And what happened? That, they were all free, these goats. So once they got free, At night, they got into the school, and next morning, when all the staff of the school came inside, there was that very bad smell all around, and that smell they could guess it that it is because of those droppings of the goat. And therefore, they started searching for that three goats. And luckily, after few hours, they could find those goats A, B, and D. And they were very happy that they have found it. But then, when they saw that this E, B, and D, where is that C? And that thought of where is that goat which is labeled as C, because if we do not find that, then again the same thing is going to happen here. Again, the whole school will become dirty because of that goat. And so they went searching and searching and searching for that, but never found, because that goat never existed. You know? So this is what we learn from this story, that whatever we have, the strengths that we have, the capabilities that we have, whatever the things, the comforts that we have, whatever God has given to us, instead of feeling gratitude about that, what we are looking after is that missing goat which never exists. We are thinking of all the lack that is there in our life and comparing with others, and because of the competition with others, we just want to have that which is not there, and we are going behind that, and again then we are having the fear of losing our self-esteem. If we do not get that, how are the people going to think about it? What is the others' opinion about it? How they are going to see me? So all that things, all those type of thoughts come into our mind just because of one thought of lack, and just because of one thought of going behind that which is not there, and not focusing on that which is there, not having faith and belief on who we are, what we are actually now in the present moment, but just thinking about the future and spoiling our present time. So let us step back from all these fearful thoughts which are there, and which are the root cause of all these thoughts of fear is all that is outside that we are seeing with these eyes. So this corona has given us this time to step in, to look inside us, and to focus on that positivity which is there inside us, and to grow that positivity, that faith, that which is there inside us. And when we have faith in ourselves, then we do not listen to what others are talking about us or what is their opinion. We are not dependent upon them. I recall another story for this, and you might have also heard about it. It's a very common story about all the frogs climbing up on the top of the hill. And while they were doing that, there were all others who were watching this, and they were seeing that there were few frogs were not able to climb and they're coming back, and there were others who are trying very, very hard to climb up on the hill, but it is becoming very difficult for them. So some who had, out of attachment maybe, or out of compassion or whatever, there were some who were telling them that please, if you're not able to do it, don't do it, come back. Your life is important. You are important for us. So please come back, come back. And like that, listening to all this, and there were some who were discouraging. Look, there's something even more difficult at the top there. It's going to be very, very difficult for you. So please do not go more ahead. Wherever you have reached is fine. Now come back. And like this, one after the other, all the frogs were, coming down because they were getting discouraged by all the thoughts, all the words that they were listening to. But there was one frog who climbed up to the top, and it reached the peak, and everyone applauded for that frog. And the other frogs who could not reach there, they were so astonished, and they were asking, as though talking to that frog, that how could you reach there? When we could not do it, how could you do it? Well, to their surprise, they came to know, everybody, that that frog was deaf and dumb. So, it was like naturally not listening to all these discouraging words and just having faith on his own self, on his own strengths, his capability, and the goal in front of him, that this is the goal and I have to reach this goal no matter what. So, also, let us be deaf to all that is negative outside. Let us not give an ear to them. And all that is negative also inside in our mind that we are creating, just close the doors to them and open the doors. Let us lock down the doors to the negative thoughts of fear and open the doors of our faith, positivity, which is there inside us. Have full faith in ourselves. Recall those successes. If you at all want to think about the past, think about those good moments that you have faced in the past. Think about those success stories that have actually brought you here today, wherever you are now. Contemplate upon them. Think about what virtues did you exhibit, what virtues did you play the role of, which actually made you successful in during those moments of time. And again work upon them. And if at all you want to listen to anybody, listen to your inner voice, which is telling you that you can do it. It is possible for you to do it. If you cannot do, who will do it? Listen to the voice of God, your father, your mother, your friend, your true companion, who is always boosting you upon your strengths, who is working upon your strengths. So listen to him, what he has to tell you. And for that, we need to connect with our inner self and with God in meditation. And when we sit in meditation and we look at our own self, we feel, we can realize the positivity within. We enjoy that bliss which is there within. We enjoy the tranquility which is there inside us, because the storms are all outside. But when you go deep into the waters, into the sea, down at the bed of the sea, you find the pearls. You find that everything is stable there. Everything is smooth there. So these challenges, these storms, they are actually bringing all those gifts to us of those pearls of knowledge, the lessons that we learn from them as to what we can do, how we can untap our inner potentiality so that we can move ahead. Always remember that we have come up till here to this point, not to stop here, but to go ahead. And we have come up till here with the faith in ourselves, and we will go ahead only with the faith in ourselves, not with the fear. So we need to remember all this and step into our inner world, which is full of faith. Whatever is there outside, the outside achievements, they are all temporary. They are there today, they are not there tomorrow. But our personal assets, they are inside, our qualities. They are inside us. And if we lose them, then that is a permanent loss for us. So what do we choose? Give yourself an opportunity to choose who you are in reality, to be who you are inside. And when you do that, and then when you come out into action, it's like when you are hitting with an arrow on a target, you pull back the arrow and then you hit it so that it goes with the full force onto the target and you're successful, it hits your target. So also, this corona has given us an opportunity to step back, to be ourselves who we are inside, to ignite that candle of faith inside us, and with that ignite others also with that faith, to connect with the Supreme, the Almighty, the real powerhouse of our inner strength, because it is only with His connection that I can increase my inner power. Because I have a limited power with me inside. It's not that I do not have time, but actually it is that I have a very limited store of power inside me. And I have so many multitasks to do. So I need a better bandwidth, a stronger bandwidth, a powerful bandwidth, so that I can, handle all the multitasking with the faith that yes, everything is possible, and without any self-doubt or any fear. And to increase that bandwidth, I need to connect with the powerhouse. And that powerhouse is the Supreme Power, the God, who is nobody else but my own Father. I am His child. Just imagine a child of a king begging, a prince begging on the streets. What will you say? So also, we are the children of the Almighty Supreme Father, who has all powers with Him, and we are His children. And when we are into the thoughts of fear, it's like we are begging. So let us not beg for the peace, for the happiness, but let us step inside into the treasure store of the inner wealth that we possess. And like a prince, be very, very, stress-free, have full faith on our Father, the Supreme Father, and with that faith, let us take a step ahead, because it's only the determination, with a determined thought, when I take a decision, then I can bring about a transformation. Unless and until I do not have a determined thought and a determined faith in myself and in the Supreme, I cannot bring about any improvement. I'll just try to, justify myself and prove myself every time, but I won't be able to improve myself. The difference between the word prove and improve is the two letters I am. So I need to realize who I am. I am not the external that I am seeing, the mask. The corona is telling us to wear the mask. Why? Because we have been always wearing the mask of negativity. And now it is giving us a lesson that now no mask of negativity, but you have to wear the mask of positivity, of faith inside you. And when we wear the true mask of who we are, our real identity, when we are having that true face, then we can always face all the challenges of life with great ease, with that tranquility inside us, and we become victorious. With double the force of the energy, we reach our target. We reach our success. Whatever we want to do, we are able to do it. So let us always remember that it is now in the present moment that I have a choice to choose whether I want to be fearful, create thoughts of fear, or whether I want to create the thoughts of faith. And if I choose fear, I know what is going to happen. And if I choose faith, also I know what is going to happen. So be wise and take that inner strength to choose faith. Very, very important that I choose faith, because it is only this faith that can actually allow me to create miracles in my life. Once when I was traveling in a flight, from Bhopal to another place. So that flight, when it took off, there was turbulence. And when it landed, there was turbulence. And in the midway also, there was a lot of turbulence. And there was one young lady sitting on one side of me, and there was an old lady sitting on another side of me. And this young lady was always smiling. Whenever there was turbulence, she was smiling and looking out of the window and enjoying. And this old lady was always grumbling, calling, someone or the other for support and talking here and there and complaining because she was feeling very, very disturbed. And when the plane landed, this old lady was telling this young one that, do you know, young girl, when you become of my age, you will realize that, what happens, what is the pain when everything is going very turbulent and everything is going not as per, your body can take it. In that time you will realize. You were smiling and laughing at me, So she said, no auntie, I was not laughing at you. Not at all. Actually, I was very happy and I had full faith that everything is going to go smooth and we are going to land smoothly because this pilot is my father. And I have full faith in his capabilities. So when I listened to this conversation, I said, yes. When, she has the faith in her father, a human being with a limited capabilities, strengths, then if we have faith in our Supreme Father, the Almighty, who is the all-powerful, then imagine we can always come out from the greatest of the storm. Because when we are aligned with our truth and we have trust in Him, then actually these storms guide us to our destination. So therefore we create our own path. Even if whatever endeavors we make to come out of any situation, if at all it's not leading to what we have desired, it will at least lead to something which is better than that. Have faith in yourself, have faith in your Father the Supreme, and have faith in His plan. Because sometimes what happens is, we are having certain dreams, and those dreams, it may not be possible. Sometimes the situations come, or maybe our past karma come in front of us, or whatever it may be, that sometimes the dreams are not fulfilled. And when these dreams are not fulfilled, we lose hope. We tend to lose hope. And we become fearful to dream again. Whether it's going to happen or not again, or it's not in our destiny, and we just blame our destiny, we blame God, and just we give up everything. But whenever this happens, let us remember that what we think and what God thinks, there's a great difference sometimes. Because God has a greater plan, which sometimes it's not visible to us at that particular moment. But later we realize that there's so much benevolence in whatever is happening now. Once when this Titanic, you remember, if you all know this Titanic, which was a very big ship, and it was the flagship of all the ships, and that Titanic was made in such a way that everybody were very proud of it, that it will never happen that it will drown or there will be an accident. The captain of the ship were also very proud of that. But that Titanic also met with an accident, an iceberg, and collapsed. Now what happened was, before there was a father and a son who were planning to travel through that Titanic, and they were so excited that, we are going to step into such a flagship ship and we are going to travel through that ship. But there was an accident of that father, and because of that accident, they had to stop all their plans to travel through that ship. And they were feeling very disheartened that, look at our faith, look at our luck, we are not at all lucky. What such an opportunity we had to travel by Titanic, but we are unable to do because of all this. And they were again blaming, their faith and all those situations and everything, that this accident had to happen now, this fracture had to happen now. But when they heard of this news, that this Titanic through which they were going to travel had collapsed, they realized that God has a greater plan. We are having a very limited vision, but God has a greater plan. So let us go beyond our limitations, our comfort zone. And when we go beyond this comfort zone, our limitation, we face those fearful situations bravely with the faith that we have inside us and in our Supreme Father. Then we see from a bird's eye view all that things, all these challenges that are facing us, and they appear to be very, very tiny, and in fact having no power at all. No power at all. So when we go beyond, we connect our intellect with the Supreme Father, sit on His lap, see from His vision, try to understand His plan, and then we can understand that yes, whatever is happening is really happening for the good. Whatever is happening now, it is the perfect thing that is happening to me now. So be relaxed, be cool, and always find out alternate solutions rather than blaming. It's like, if I have, say, I'm holding something, say maybe this mobile, okay, and if this mobile I drop it, it will fall on the ground, right? But when I'm in the space and I'm holding this mobile there and I drop it, what is going to happen? It's not going to drop like this, how it drops here. The reason being the gravitational force, right? But now, if we are not aware of that gravitational force, what we will say? Whom we will blame when the mobile drops from my hand? We'll say, oh, you cannot even hold a mobile properly. Yes? See, this is such so expensive thing. And how can you be that careless and you dropped it? So we start becoming reactive and we start getting angry, and all those negative reactions come. And we hold it fearing that, oh, it should not drop off. So we have that thoughts of fear, and so we keep on holding it. But then it drops one day and then everything is gone away, right? Everything is lost. So if we keep on, holding on to the negative thoughts, what is going to happen? All our energy is drifting away into that, and we keep on blaming to all these things. But we realize this gravitational force because of which it has fallen. Then what we do? We find out an alternate solution. Okay, now what, there is no other way. If I drop it like this, it has to fall down because of the gravitational force. So I take care not to fall it. And in spite of taking care, if it falls down, then also I start to again reframe, rebuild some positive thoughts in mind that, okay, fine, I'll take care next time. It's for myself, I do that. If I love myself, I do that. But if I don't love myself, then what will I do? Then I will start, going into that inferiority complex that I can't even handle so much. I can't even do this much. I'm so weak. I'm so, very, very stubborn, whatever. I'm so lazy. So all these types of negative thoughts will come into my mind. So what I need to do is step away from these negative thoughts and step towards the positivity which is there inside me. And when I am positive and when I say that yes, it is possible, I can do it, then instead of blaming, I will find out an alternate solution. And we have been intelligent in that way, that we are not blaming the gravitational force, but we have found out alternate solutions, and therefore we have all this drainage system and everything invented, isn't it? So also in every step of our life, instead of blaming, let's find out a solution. What can be a solution? Focus on the solution and remember, the solution is inside. It is not outside. Fears, they step out from outside, but the solution, faith, is inside. So we always need to be connected with our inner consciousness, connected inside and beyond, above us, that is the Supreme. And when we are connected with Him, then we get that inner power, that inner faith rebuilds in us, and we are able to overcome whatever the fear it may be. So love yourself and create positive thoughts instead of fearful thoughts for yourself. Love yourself by creating thoughts of faith in yourself and faith in the Supreme. And let's do that for a few moments now. Let us take a moment to step back with a smile on our face and our eyes open. Let's visualize ourselves with the third eye, the eye of the intellect, on our real identity. This body is only my costume. It is not me. This body is like a car. It is not me. I am a soul wearing this costume body and playing different roles. I am like a driver in this body which is like a car. This body is separate. I am separate. I am a point of faith, a point of positivity, the source of peace, the sentient being, the powerful being. Full of peace. And I, like a free bird, I fly beyond this body that is the cage. And with my intellect, the wings of my intellect, using the third eye of the intellect, I visualize a golden red sky up above this universe, where there is peace and peace all around, which is my real home from where I have come. And in that world of peace, I visualize my Father, the Supreme, who is like a flawless diamond, all powerful, almighty. And I am His child. He is ocean of peace. I being His child, I am the master ocean of peace. He is the ocean of love, and I being His child, I am the master ocean of love. And I have full faith that my Godfather is there with me. I am safe under His canopy. And He gives me that faith, the knowledge that with His power I can make the impossible possible. I can do whatever I want to do. I can be whatever I want to be. So let us thank Him from the bottom of our heart. Thank you, O Godfather, for whatever you have given us, for all the blessings that you have showered upon us, and let us make a determined thought that from now moment onwards, I will be focusing only and only on my inner strengths, my inner capabilities, have full faith in them, and go ahead in my life with your powers, the supreme powers, the supreme blessings. Not a single thought of fear. There is no room for fear. And only faith and faith in myself, in the Supreme God, and also all those around me who are the children of the Godfather. Faith in the plan of God. Faith that everything is going perfect and will be perfect. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Rajyogini, Dr. Sunita Didi, thank you very much for enlightening all of us. And it is truly a thought-provoking, and you really took us to the Supreme Father, and in whom we all believe. Friends, if you have any questions, I would like Dr. Sunita Didi to answer. I would like to unmute those people. I have a hand raised by Lion Kotireddy Annapredi, past District Governor. Lion Kotireddy, please kindly unmute yourself and ask your question directly. I would request Sunita Didi to answer that.
Thank you, Rajamataji. You have given wonderful speech, and we too believe in Supreme Father. But I don't have any doubts. Before meeting starts, I just pushed on the button. So thank you very much for your thought-provoking, inspiring, motivational speech. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
First Governor Kotireddy, thank you so very much. I have muted you back, and it's my privilege to have a hand raised by past international director like K.N. Goyal from Delhi. K.N. Goyal, I have unmuted you. Kindly ask your question, please. I think you have unmuted from your end. गोयल साहब, आपने अपना फोन को जरा अनम्यूट करिए अपने कंप्यूटर से. Yes, you are unmuted. You can ask the question, please. Yes, go ahead.
No question. Yeah. I just want to thank her for her speech. She provoked us, she left faith in us. The Supreme Father is there who is going to guide us, and we should also have faith in the God to run our life. I thank her very much for her speech.
It's my honor to present Goyal Sahab, though I can't present you your picture. To the he served the board of directors of Lions Clubs International way before about 2005 and 7. I came Goyal, sir.
2002, 2004.
Oh my God, 2002 and 4. It's something like almost 18 years ago. He lives in Delhi, and thank you very much, Goyal Sahab, for joining, for spending some time with us on this. We have no other hand. Yes, we have Thirumal Rao Dasari, past District Governor. Unmuted yourself. I unmuted you. Please, can you ask your question? Line
సార్
Thirumal.
ఇదేదో మీరు నా తరఫున మీరు అడగండి.
Tell me.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు మనం ఇంటర్డిపెండెంట్ కదా, మనం
Okay.
ఓన్లీ ఇన్నర్ థాట్ తోనే మనం
తను చెప్పినట్టుగా మన గురించి మన లోపల మన శక్తిని అని చెప్తున్నారు కదా, కానీ మనం ఇంటర్డిపెండెంట్ కదా. హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్ నేచర్ లో ప్రతి దాని మీద ఆధారపడి ఉన్నాం మనం. అలాంటప్పుడు మనం మన ఓన్లీ మన శక్తి ఒక్కదాన్ని ఉపయోగించుకొని మనం ఎలా ఉండగలం. రెండోది ఏంటంటే మనకి హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్ గా మనకి ఆత్మ అనేది రెండో ప్రశ్న సార్. రెండో ప్రశ్న సార్, ఆత్మ అనేది మన హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్ గా ఉంది. నేచర్ లోనే అదే చెట్టుకి తర్వాత జంతువుకి అన్నిటికి కూడా ఆత్మ ఉంటుందా?
Okay, got it. So, the question number one is on behalf of past Mr. Governor and Thirumal Rao Dasri. Like he says, humans are interdependent on everything in terms of nature, in terms of various aspects of it. And today you in Father inspired us to say, believe that the Supreme God and to develop faith in our belief and so that we move on. So, is it really possible? That's what his first question.
Yes, yes, yes.
Second question, he did make the second question is, yes, as humans we have an Atma. Like there are other beings in nature, they also have Atma. These are two tricky questions, I think. Please, it's up to you. I mean, I request you to kindly answer.
Yeah, the first question is that we human beings, we have the one again. Hello.
Yeah, we are able to hear you, please.
Yeah, please repeat the first question again, please.
His first question is, humans are interdependent on largely by, nature, but you taught us today in terms of have faith and do independently with positivity. So is this really possible?
Okay. So we are interdependent, and only those are interdependent who are independent. Because if you are dependent on someone, you cannot be interdependent. Because when you are interdependent, say for example, I am dependent upon you that if you praise me, I will feel good. Okay. So when I have that dependency, what is going to happen? I cannot be interdependent in that sense that I won't be of any help to you because I am already waiting for help from you. So I am not in a position to help you. So I am not becoming interdependent. Interdependent means when we both are actually helping each other, right? By our strengths, based on our strengths. But I'm feeling very weak. I'm not feeling that strengthful. I'm feeling weak because I was dependent upon you to praise me and then I feel good. So when I'm dependent, I cannot be interdependent. It's only when I'm independent that whether you praise me or not, but yet I have that confidence in me and then I can be of help to you, isn't it? So then I am interdependent also. So in that way, we are also interdependent with God. Even, God cannot do anything without us and we cannot do anything without God. We are interdependent with God. So when God says that I want to transform this world, I want to transform this iron aged Kalyuga into Satyuga, the golden aged world, then what he says that I want everyone's that little finger to raise that Govardhan mountain. Right? It's not alone one God giving his finger, but it is everyone giving one finger. So God says that God helps those who help themselves. So only when we are independent, not dependent on anybody, then only we can connect with God and then only we can receive God's blessings. It's only when we take one step of courage of stepping into our inner consciousness and having faith in ourselves, then only the next step will be the faith in God. Unless we don't have faith in ourselves and we become independent, we cannot cultivate that faith in God also, and we cannot receive the power and the blessings of God also. So in order to gain the power and blessings of God, we need to take this first step of courage. Himmate bacche, it is said, then madade khuda, So if we take a step of courage, then God is there to help us. And second question is yours, that as we are souls, are there souls in others? Yes, there are souls in other animals also. But we are considered to be on a greater level because our soul, the mind, intellect, and the sanskar. The soul is the sentient being which is having a mind which a dead body does not have. It is having an intellect which decides, which a dead body does not have. And it is having those past impressions, those habits, those belief systems, that personality traits which are called as sanskaras, which again a dead body does not have. And that makes a difference between a dead body and a soul. When you have a human being, a live human being, and a dead body in the middle of the road, and there is a car coming in a great speed from the opposite side, who is going to run away? The living person or the dead person? The living person, which has a soul, because it has the mind to think, it has the intellect to decide, and it has those past personality traits, those habits, those sanskaras, those memories based on which it takes the decision. But a dead body does not have all these three. And this mind, intellect, and sanskaras, it's of different qualities in different bodies. In human beings, it's of different quality. In animals, it is of a different level. It's of a different level. But yes, it is there in them also. Thank you.
Question is from Sundar VFB. Sundar, ask your question. I will take two more questions and that's it, because we will be running out of time for the next session. Mr. Sundar, please unmute yourself and ask the question. Yes,
Are you able to hear me, sir? Yeah.
we're able to hear you. Straight to the question, please.
Thank you, ma'am. See, we as Lions always try to extend a helping hand to the poor and needy. Always, that has been our motto, and we have been doing this for many years. But now we feel that there is some restriction on our movement. We are not able to do what we want and how we want to help, or extend the helping hand to the people. So there is a guilty conscience in us, in me rather, that we are losing time, or we are not doing the thing which is expected. So how do I overcome that and get my full energy to come back again after the lockdown is over, or when we reach the normal conditions?
Yeah. So, there are various ways to help. Maybe there are certain restrictions because of social distancing or whatever, that because of corona that we are facing, that there are certain restrictions, but then there are various ways to help. And if our intentions are pure, if they are very clear that yes, we need to help, then the best help that we can give now, the need of the hour, is by way of our positive, good wishes for everybody, good vibrations for everybody, by creating thoughts of blessings for everybody. This is the need of the hour now. Because you may give away food, you may give away some things to others who are in need of them. But if we are doing that with thoughts of fear in us, that what is going to happen, that what is going to work, the things that we are giving them, will that work? Or those thoughts of fear with which we are giving away the things, they will work, they will have an impact, isn't it? Therefore, the need of the hour today is to create very, very pure positive thoughts for each and everyone, that everyone is okay, everyone is safe, everyone is a good soul, everyone is a child of the Supreme Father. Everyone is very positive in their innate being. So having very, very positive thoughts in us and radiating those positive thoughts, those blessings, is the highest form of service, the first duty that we need to do now. So we double the energy.
And
Do that.
thank you so very much, sister. This is 7 o'clock and we have ended session 1. We're truly honored with your presence, and thank you for enlightening all of us, along with me and my fellow Lions who have heard your message. And I'm sure we will have many more opportunities and occasions to get together and start doing something very meaningful. This is from the Lions of Andhra Pradesh. I know there are about 15,000 plus volunteers who constantly get this recording, and they get to hear from different places. Once again, thank you so very much Pranam, and it's my honor to have you.
Om
Thank you so very
Shanti,
much.
thank you so much to all of you too.